Hello, and welcome to your UConn Educational Technology experience. This course is designed to service some basic goals related to pre- and in-service educators who need to know how to integrate technology wisely into their teaching and learning environments. That includes developing general awareness of educational technologies, as well as specific topics like pedagogy, ethics, equity, and universal design principles. We'll draw on Kohler and Mishra's 2009 TPAC model, as well as the SAMR model and the ISTE standards for both students and educators. The TPAC model is made up of 3 subsections, including technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge, which, taken together, support lesson planning, assessment, and professional growth. Additionally, this course services Connecticut State Statute CGS Section 10145A, 2012 Part E, which was updated in 2019 to include computational thinking and other forms of technology integration as part of teacher education training. On a more granular level, this course will help you incorporate technologies that inspire creativity, engage in data-driven decision-making, discuss ethical considerations concerning technology, design lessons that include applications for new literacies, promote best practices for digital citizenship, and create inclusive, accessible learning environments. The course is made up of multiple modules, each emphasizing specific content and skills set within the broader topic of educational technology. These modules follow a cyclical pattern that will make it easier to anticipate what's expected of you between one module and the next. To begin, you'll review a module summary as well as related learning objectives, and then proceed to compose your initial thoughts, which are essentially a discussion of what you already know or believe or have questions about regarding the module's content. Once you've completed your initial thoughts, you'll move on to the next step, which is to engage with the readings and resources associated with that module. There will always be more readings and resources than any one person could consume, so you're asked to evaluate those resources and determine which are the best fit given your grade band, content area, strengths, weaknesses, and interests. Ideally, this will facilitate training for critical discernment, which should help you determine which pathways and trajectories are best suited for your personal professional growth. Upon completing the readings and resources, you'll move to the module activity. Every module is equipped with a specific set of activities that will help you engage with the given topic and evaluate what its relevance would be to a classroom environment. Some of these activities can be completed individually and asynchronously, whereas others will require you to interact with your peers. At the end of a module activity, you'll create an artifact that will be submitted to demonstrate your proficiency with the target skill. Finally, you'll return to your initial thoughts post to reply to yourself with a final thoughts post, ideally talking about the things that you learned through the course of the module, how your views have changed, and what you hope to do in the future with respect to your own professional development in that target area. Again, these cycles repeat for every module, so when you're completing your final thoughts for a given module, you'll be starting your initial thoughts for the next one. That process will continue for the full duration of the course. As noted in the syllabus, there are 4 broad categories of assignment that are associated with the educational technology experience here at UConn. To keep things as clear and simple as possible, we've divided those categories so that each one is worth 1/4 or 25% of your final grade. First, as noted in the description of the module cycles, are your initial and final thoughts posts in the discussion board. The initial thoughts are always completed pre-module, so before you engage with the readings and resources or activities. Your final thoughts should always be written as a reply to your initial thoughts for the given module, reconsidering the original prompt as well as responding to your younger self with information about what you've learned and where you hope to go from that point forward. There is no mandatory length or word count, and you won't be nickeled and dimed points based on the number of characters you use to complete a given post. Instead, your posts will be evaluated based on whether they ask on-task interesting questions, provide well-documented answers and links to citations, draw on personal reflections to provide context, and whether they relate to other modules, courses, and/or experiences you've had, either in teacher education, in practice, or elsewhere. Like most assignments in this course, they will be evaluated as pass-fail based on completion. The second category of assignment associated with this course are the digital skill badges. Like the badges you've probably heard about related to the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, or in military contexts, these are awarded based on proficiency with specific kinds of skills and knowledge related to educational technology. The 5 types of digital skill badges you can potentially earn include collaboration, which evidences your ability to synchronously or asynchronously collaborate with students, parents, administrators, and community members. Communication, which showcases your ability to communicate synchronously or asynchronously using one-to-many or many-to-many online communication tools. Information use, which highlights your skills with contributing to web-based forums, identifying instructionally useful online materials, and determining what information is trustworthy on the internet. Digital citizenship, which demonstrates your knowledge and understanding of local and global issues related to digital learning environments like cyberbullying, plagiarism, copyright infringement, sexting, social media use, tech equity, and others. And professional growth, which centers on your personal goals for developing as a safe, wise, sophisticated user of current and emerging learning technologies. When completing the digital skill badge assignment, all materials can be consolidated within one document. The first 3 badges should be evidenced using screenshots or hyperlinks that showcase your ability to complete the skills associated with that given badge. You should also provide a brief paragraph-length reflection that discusses the relevant ISTE standards and your short-term goals for continuing to develop that particular skill. The last 2 badges, digital citizenship and professional growth, don't require the same kind of evidence as the first 3, so there's no need to include screenshots or hyperlinks for those specific badges. You'll instead provide lengthier reflections that again reference the relevant ISTE standards, but also talk about your long-term professional development goals and how you intend to become a stronger digital citizen and educator who can model these skills for your students and your peers. To provide further clarification, the online course portal includes a detailed rubric that describes exactly what's expected for each badge, as well as a frequently asked questions document that details questions that were asked by former students as they were working on this particular assignment. The third broad category of assignment associated with this course are the module artifacts, which will differ slightly depending on which variant of the course you're enrolled in. Generally speaking, as described earlier in the overview of the module cycles, these artifacts are created as part of completing the individual activities associated with a given module. That is to say, this does not go above and beyond the work that you're already doing as part of a given module. It's just a demonstration that you completed the module and understood the skills that were being communicated throughout. Your artifacts will be submitted through the course portal upon completion of the given module, and there is only one artifact per module, so there aren't multiple things you need to juggle while focusing on one specific topic. Importantly, all artifact submissions should include a brief paragraph-length reflection that describes what your takeaways were from creating that specific artifact. These reflections will always be personal and do not need to capture the views of your entire group for artifacts where you're working with others. Like your initial and final thoughts, these will be evaluated on a pass-fail basis, so as long as you complete them and submit all of the materials, you should receive a passing grade. The first artifact, associated with the Introduction module, is a target lesson plan that we will refer back to throughout each additional module. This doesn't need to be the best lesson you've ever created, nor does it even need to be fully fleshed out. The idea is that this will be a framework on which you can build using your instructional technology skills developed as part of this course. The fourth broad category of assignment associated with this course is the final reflective essay. Rather than asking you to complete an exam or some other kind of quantitative assessment of your knowledge, We'll have you complete a reflection that discusses what you've learned from the course and how you anticipate applying those skills going forward. Your final reflection should demonstrate understanding of the module content, as well as the broader models we use as the underpinning for the course, including TPACK, SAMR, and the ISTE standards. This is submitted upon completion of all the modules, and will revisit the previously uploaded target lesson plan. Note that you do not need to create a new lesson plan. You're simply being asked to revisit the ideas in that target lesson plan and describe how you would incorporate instructional technology in new ways based on your experience with the course. You're also expected to incorporate scholarly citations, so not just things that are linked within the readings and resources for each module, but materials that you found independently and are able to bring into this broader discussion about instructional design for your specific classroom. Unlike the other assignments, which are evaluated on a pass-fail basis, the final reflective essay is evaluated on a 10-point scale. You are not required to complete this as a written assignment. In fact, you're encouraged to go beyond the scope of a traditional 5-paragraph essay-style written assignment to do something that incorporates the digital technologies and instructional approaches that are described within the content of the course. This could mean recording a voiceover slideshow, the creation of a game, a web-based conversation between yourself and another educator, or something entirely different drawn from your specific skill sets, passions, and desire for creativity. Of course, if preferred, you can always lean into the old standard of a text-based essay, but this is a great opportunity for you to illustrate some of the skills that you've learned throughout the semester. As with the digital skill badge assignment, a rubric is provided in the course portal to give additional details to each category of evaluation associated with the final reflective essay. That wraps up our overview of the educational technology experience designed for you here at UConn. If you have any additional questions about the module cycles, the assignments associated with the course, or anything else, be sure to reach out to your instructor. We're always available via email or direct messaging to support you through this course. To learn more about our philosophy of education, our approach to instructional design, or some of the projects we're currently working on, feel free to visit our website at edtech.education.uconn.edu. Once more, welcome to the course and have a great semester.